Welcome, welcome, guys. It is Chew and Chat with Yana-Lu. I'm coming, welcoming you guys, embracing you guys with nothing but love and nothing but empowerment, nothing but inspiration. I hope I am greeting you well. Listen, we have had an opportunity to go down to Centennial Park, to the Martin Luther King Center, to take time to spend time with Bob Johnson and his staff. It was an amazing time, guys, for Juneteenth. I mean, I cannot say more. Juneteenth, to me, so you will know, means everything. It means everything because it's finally an opportunity for us to look at ourselves with brown skin. I don't know about y'all, I'm not black, I'm brown. Look at y'all with our brown skin and have something positive to represent our race and to feel great about it. You know what I mean? It's one thing to know that we have some things going on and sometimes we get helter-skelter, we get off, but to have something that we're proud of and to have something that represents us in a positive light and shows the creativity of African-American people today that we do great things. So listen, I'm paying homage to Bob Johnson, and his whole entire staff. They put on an amazing, and you guys know, my word is amazing, an amazing show. If you missed it, please take a look at what we have on Chew and Chat with Yana-Lu. We have some snippets, but if you go on to APAP Media or Chew and Chat with Yana-Lu, you can see the whole footage, guys. It's wonderful. So today I have a beautiful young lady down here, and she wanted to pay homage. I asked her to Bob Johnson as well, and her name is Miss Mahogany. How are you, my sweet girl?
I'm great.
Oh, she's so cute, she's so cute. Guys, now Mahogany is a young lady that, she's an actress with me. We was an actress on a play with the Mike Ben show, and big ups to Mike Ben, great for having you out, doing some great things, keep up the great work. But I wanted her to come on and pay Mr. Bob Johnson homage and, sing a song because she has an amazing voice. Connecting people. It's all about inspiring, and it's all about making sure that we're lifting one another up through the times that we're going through right now today. It's a lot of stuff going on, and it's a lot of stuff that is turned all upside down, you know what I'm saying, that we just don't know what to do. So
right.
I wanted you to come on, you know what I'm saying, and pay some homage to Bob Johnson. So what song did you choose and why?
My song is called Ishante, and it's off my EP that I just dropped last year, before all my other stuff happened. So and I love this song. Has a great message. It's a love story. So
nice. I like it. He's gonna love it. And guys, let me tell you another. Bob is amazing, period. Let me just tell you that he's a supernatural love bug, and he's fun. And if you have any negativity to come around this man, I promise you I'm gonna be his barrier blocker. Like, don't do it because don't do it because he's just too amazing. Just don't do it.
Right.
You understand? I love him. You know what I mean? Mwah. Yeah. So, but I tell you this, I love you because of what you came through, and you're the reason why I chose you is because Bob had to go through some breaking things to bring this about to Atlanta. Okay. He had to put some tears, some sweat, a lot of stuff into this. And the reason why I chose you is because your life history. We don't have stories. You're not a book yet, right? That part. So it's your life history, and I love it because he doesn't know that you just beat cancer.
Yeah.
And this is the last week that you came out of remission and all the chemo and all of that, and look how amazing you look.
Right.
She was complaining about, Bob's in the audience, guys. She was complaining about putting on a couple of weight. And I'm complaining that I didn't get none of it. Over here.
Right.
I wanted some of that gorgeousness over here. Look at her. Oh, you're just like a sister, huh? I'd say it's true. But the journey that you've taken with this being a cancer survivor, I applaud you. I just totally love you, and I applaud you for what you've been through. You're just so gorgeous.
Thank you.
Since day one when I saw her, guys, I just loved her so much. But I just applaud you, Well, I can say we twins on color because I've been sitting out to the days.
Right.
And I want to give big thanks, guys. I give shout outs to people every week. I want to give a shout out to Miss Kim. She is Bob Johnson's publicist, and she came down here. She didn't have to, and she did. And she showed up and she showed out. She got with my business partner, Patrick, with APAP Media, and they got behind the scenes, and they was talking some stuff, and she's educated him, and there's some good stuff going on down here with you and Yana-Lu. So, I just want to sit here and ask, how was your journey before, you sing this song, we turn it over to Bob. Tell Bob myself, what was your journey like? What did you go through? How did you learn you had it? What was this like for you?
I kind of learned early last year, probably, I'm gonna say June is when I found out. I was kind of just checking myself out for the, breast exam that you give yourself every month. So I was looking and I noticed I had an indention and then I got scared and I wasn't gonna do anything at first, but I'm glad I did. I went to the doctor, they sent me over to get a mammogram. For sure, after that I was at work. I'm a cosmetologist too, so they called me while I was at work and told me to sit down, and I was like, what's wrong? I'm shocked. And then they told me I had it, so I was like, I just want to go home, so I just left home and went home, And then a couple of months later, we started up the chemo. That process was crazy to me. I was very, very sad. I didn't know what to do. I didn't like how the chemicals make me feel, anything. That part was very stressful. I just got really depressed and sad, and I couldn't really move or do anything. So thank God I had my family to get me through all that. My boys and my mom helped me through that process. Then we went through radiation. It wasn't so bad. I did get a little bit of scarring here and there, and the skin was a little tanning and peeling and everything. But I still have irritation, but I'm here,
But you here, baby.
I made it.
That's right, you here. So, and I love it. And that's why I chose you for Bob Johnson, because the groundbreaking work that he had to do is the same, relates to the life struggle that you had to come through.
Right.
And the both of you made it.
Right.
The both of you made it. Both of you made it to be a tremendous journey. Right. So without further ado, I want to know if Mr. P would crank up the music.
Okay.
And I want to know if y'all, let me tell y'all something. Y'all know I just want to show off this little, I'm telling y'all, if you have a clothing designer out there that want to dress Yana-Lu, stop making me go in my own closet.
Right.
I'm telling you. So let me get this microphone for you, love. Let's see here. Yes, let's honor you.
It's like, do I need to stand up?
I'll be your Vanna Black. Hold on.
Pull it.
Is that all you need? Goodness.
Just in case.
Is it on?
I don't know.
Oh, there you go.
Hello? Okay.
She's so pretty. Look at this smile. This is going to be amazing.
Your mic off? Yeah.
Be lying if I try to. Can't stop thinking about you, baby. All day, this energy surrounds you, and I just gotta have you lately. Always, it's like that. Someday, like that. It's like I forget to breathe. I can tell by now control me. It could be just inside me. Try not to press much. Trying to move my feet, they keep getting stuck. I'm sure that he's the one, but I won't tell him first. But needing you so bad, I can get no words. Tell me that you want me. Tell me that you need me all the time. Call me in the morning when you're feeling lonely. Tell me how you yearn into my mind. Been lying if I try to think about you, baby. All day, this energy surrounds you, and I just gotta have you lately. Always, it's like like Let you get a taste of this remedy. But love don't cost, that's on everything. Just wanna have your heart for eternity. This energy surrounds you, and I just gotta have you lately. Always, it's like a it's like
Baby, I'm hoarse, but I mean, I got it out. You are amazing. I told you. So let me tell you, I'll take that from you right here. It's like, I can't do that, girl. You like, man. Y'all know y'all to be trying, right?
Right.
As long as you try, baby. That's what grandma say. Well, honey, I just thank you so much. I really, really do. I really want you to come back on the show. I want you to join us. I want you to tell us all what you're doing. Tell them how they can get in contact with you. Tell them how they can find your music. I want them to patronize you. And you know, always stay in tune for Bob to use you for whatever it is. Write a song with his name in it, girl. I'm trying to tell you. But Bob is like, yeah, that part. That part. How can they find you, baby?
I'm on all music platforms like Spotify, anything you want to look up. Make sure you put in Mahogany 143. You can also find me on Instagram, _Mahogany_143. Same thing on YouTube. So just look me up.
Consistency.
Right.
You're very smart, Mr.
Yes,
Miyagi-san.
right.
She knows how to wipe off and wipe on. She understands the assignment.
Yes.
Well, Mahogany, it has been wonderful. I thank you so much. We're going to have you back on here with Yana-Lu and the conference. Guys, listen, the Confidence Conference is coming up for all you wonderful women and men that have been lacking confidence and don't know how to just jumpstart yourself into the next how to get there, into the next passion and dream. Listen. Come to our Confidence Conference. It's going to be here in Atlanta. APAP Media and Yana-Lu Productions is going to put it on with SMK Trapping Rappers.
Like that.
We're going to put some great stuff. Listen, I want you guys to patronize us, and I'll get you more information about that very soon. So again, always make sure you tap into us on YouTube at Chew and Chat with Yana-Lu. Soon you'll be tapping into it through APAP Media. We have a lot more hot projects. But guys, I just got to tell y'all, I mean, you know, I'm feeling all bubbly right now. Somebody just came to see me. Somebody named Bob Justin just came to see me, baby. And I'm telling y'all, I'm happy. I'm jumping out of my skin because this man has been doing some wonderful things, and it's just amazing. I mean, you all African Americans should feel this good knowing that this man came to Atlanta and, you know, blasted it for us for a holiday. So, guys, without further ado, Mr. Bob Johnson. Look at that. I did it the right there, too, Bob. Isn't that? You know?
Yeah, you did.
Y'all, this is my honey here. Y'all didn't
That's
know
right.
that. Mm-hmm. I told them 7.5, okay?
Yeah. I got it.
I love it. So, Bob, listen, I see you with your fresh haircut and your nice shave and everything. Mwah, it's beautiful. Listen, I can't even stop looking at them, y'all, because it's just gorgeous. So tell me about Juneteenth. I mean, thank you for allowing APAP Media and Yana-Lu to come down and interview and, you know, be along the roadside. That was amazing. How do you feel from the aftermath?
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you to Mahogany for that beautiful song that she just sang. And it was really nice. I really appreciate that.
Amen.
Yeah, so that was touching. And
Well, she mine. You can't steal it.
Yeah. I appreciate both of you all
Amen,
because you
amen.
put that together.
Amen.
And I appreciate it. I wasn't really expecting that, so that was nice. And also thank you and Patrick for coming out to the festivities and covering. Yeah, it was just really.
The food was delicious, Bob.
Yeah, I mean, just everything you can imagine, right?
It was.
That's what we try and do too with the event, as far as just making it something for everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone, no matter who you are, what you like. We want to be all inclusive.
All inclusive.
Don't want to leave
We're
anybody out.
international.
Yeah.
That part. So tell me this. How does it feel to know that everybody came out to something so magnificent and so profound, that you put this together, that your hard work and you not giving up? Because I know it was a headache, because listen, big ups to you, Auntie Vanessa, because I remember, and everybody else, Gaskin, all of y'all, big up to the whole board, because you guys were definitely working hard behind the scenes. So much stuff was pulling at you, Bob. I mean, I don't know how you did it. I don't know how you did it. You had to wear so many hats and be so many things for so many people. So today you get to say,
Yeah. I don't know what to do really, because I'm not used to not having something to do.
right.
So I don't know what to do with myself right now.
Oh, I can tell you what to do.
Okay.
You got a credit card in your pocket?
No.
You don't even have to go online, sugar. You just go right on down to Phipps Plaza in Lenox and shop your heart away for a size small.
Okay. Okay.
Baby, Yana loves
Right.
shopping. I love smelling good and looking good. So any free gifts, send it to APAP Media. You know what I'm saying? And we'll rock it out.
So right now I do need direction, because like I said, I really don't know what to do with myself, because that putting the event together is very demanding, more than I even imagined. I mean, over the years, the event has grown.
Yeah.
It's grown a lot, and it has so many just parts to it.
Yeah.
And you're never done.
Every
Never
time you
done.
turn around, you finish one thing and you want 6 more projects
Yeah.
within the project.
And it's an endless thing, and then things come up, everything doesn't go right, so you have to do troubleshooting. Like we had to change the parade route, and I'm still getting my voice back. I lost my voice. Yeah, I mean I'm at probably about 85% now.
Listen, everybody was pulling you.
Yeah.
Bob was on that golf cart, baby. APAP Media and Yana-Lu pulled up, and Bob was like, I said, where you at? He said, wherever you get, where you go. He said, where you find yourself. So we already knew, because you discussed with us, find your place where you got to go because you got things to do.
Right.
Get in where you fit in.
Yeah, it's just really hard, because you want to talk, you want to speak with everyone,
You do.
but it's just, I mean, it's not possible. It's just overwhelming. I just hear Bob coming from all directions, up above, just everywhere, just Bob. And a lot of that is just people just wanting to, be acknowledged that they're
That's it,
well,
that they're
giving you
there.
well wishes
Yeah.
and being appreciative and saying, hey, this is nice, thank you, and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, but still, it's hard to, just deal with all of that while it's going on. The phone becomes viral.
Ugh.
I just had to put the phone away, because it just keeps ringing,
Non-stop.
throughout the
And
event.
Bob, you would think that people would not call at such a time as this when they can see and know this is Juneteenth.
Well, or maybe utilize the website.
Something.
That's what we try and say, but I guess some people find out at different times, just like Juneteenth, some people find out really late.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, with what Mahogany was speaking about, with finding out about the medical condition and then having to prepare herself and go through that, and it's just like that with Juneteenth. It's like freedom from that, sort of thing. Let me just go home and let me just collect myself, and
That part.
but freedom, just freedom from whatever it is that's in our way.
Yeah.
Whether it be like some sort of medical situation,
Anything.
relationship situation,
Anything to make you test that faith.
yeah, anything. Yeah, so that's what, in the spirit of Juneteenth, all of these things are inclusive.
Now,
Yeah.
was there any one part of the Juneteenth from the 17th, 18th, and 19th that was a highlight for you?
It's always the parade for me. The parade is like, really the big deal, because our youth get a chance to come out and express themselves, and they get a chance to be the center of attention.
Yes.
They get a chance to really show the talents and, you know, things they've been practicing.
Exactly.
And, you know,
It
they
pays
come,
off.
and they're just full of, I mean, they're just full of
Vigor and
drive and everything. And so, you know, once you let them loose and they go, that's my favorite part right there, just to see them, especially our babies.
And look, I got out there with him. I thought I was gonna try to do me one of them cheerleads, Bob.
In your mind.
Pastor said, if you'll get your own self on it,
In your mind.
and hold that microphone, I was like, oh Lord. I just had to line back up, put my hat on, and hold my mic and go down the street.
But you know what's good about that? They got the torch. They got it from you.
Yes.
You know, so now they're carrying it. And we can see them carrying that torch.
Amen.
Like from our little 4-year-olds, you know, they're out there dressed up with their outfits on. And I mean, they are out there to command.
Yes.
Command the street.
Yes,
you know,
them
so
babies was something.
that's
they
definitely,
were serious. Cause
that's
look,
my favorite
Bob,
part.
I went up on one of them, and Patrick was having the camera. He's just a going, and I'm trying to catch up. And the little baby girl did me like this here.
Like you
Little
want
video top. Like, you
Like-
ain't one. You need to get up out of our spotlight.
you want to get out my way.
Like
I'm
Yana-Lu,
doing something.
who? You better Yana-Lu yourself over there on that carport and watch like everybody else. But it was so much fun, and then, you know, they were loving on me. You know, I love having the opportunity to even talk to some of the people on the side of the street. You had cooks, you had chefs out there.
Yeah.
And you had some amazing chefs out there, and we ran up on a couple of them, and they were telling us, you know, as we doing here. I mean, I got to try some free food. Ooh, that day was a good day for me with that microphone. I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
Yeah, and the food is just phenomenal.
It was.
It's all different kind of cuisines, and you know, I mean, Ethiopian, Jamaican, soul food. I mean, just pretty much anything you can name, you know, and then even with your different beverages, and I mean, that is just like a taste of earth. You
Yeah.
know, just you know, something there for everyone again.
Everybody.
So, and then just the whole unification, you know, just unity, community unity.
That's right.
You know, everybody's being represented. I mean, a lot of family participation. So I enjoy all of that. I enjoy seeing all of that because that's why we do the event. You know, for people to come out and embrace it and embrace themselves.
Yes.
Number one, and then embrace each other.
That's
And
knowledge.
appreciate each other.
It is. Now, there were some things that, you know, I had a sidebar conversation with your publicist, and she wanted to make sure that we talked about some of those things. What are some of those things that she wanted to put the spotlight on? Because this is not just for this year. This is for the years to come.
Yes.
This is beautiful. And thank you again. I can't thank you enough
For the
doing
decades to
this.
come.
Yeah, for decades to come.
Centuries to come. Building bridges for future generations.
Is that part of your motto?
Oh yeah, ever since the beginning.
All right.
Those are facts. You know, that's just not just something being said. It's on our website. It always has been. Yes. You know, I mean, it's real serious when you really think about why we're doing what we're doing, because there was a point in time in history where our families were separated.
That's right.
You know, everything that was sacred to us was taken away. You know, and so now we're striving to pull those things back together.
I like it because, you know, a lot of times the American society or the world society, they take a look at us African Americans as we're negative people.
Right.
But, you know, Bob, one of the things that I love is that we're not. We're one of the most loving races
That's
on
right.
the planet.
That's right.
We call everybody cousin and you're not.
That's
You're
right.
our sister, our brother, our mom,
That's
dad,
right.
and you're not. You know, I think there's a lot of jealousy from back in. This is just the way Yana-Lu sums it up. And I used to say this a lot, that, you know, the white women, and I'll have white women in my family. It's not about being prejudiced, it's about education. It's the way that it gave me hope. And, you know, that would give me some kind of clarity of why they abuse us the way they do, mentally, physically, and spiritually try to kill us. And I said, well, now I understand, because I see the white women standing in the windows watching their white husbands go down and rape the African American women that you call slaves.
Yeah.
So what that does, it builds an insecurity, because if this is my slave, then why are you raping her but not in the bed with me? So now this white woman is turned off because she don't feel the love of a black woman, because you're supposed to be my slave, but my man, his desire is to be with you and not me. So now I'm standing in the window thinking, how can I be more like this black woman? So I'm gonna inject my lips, I'm gonna get my boobs, I'm gonna get my butt, and I'm gonna get all these things, and I'm gonna go get me a black man. And they don't want black girls. Let me tell y'all something. The ones of y'all that be talking like, oh my God, like you're so stupid, you're so stupid. Because they don't want to be around y'all, because they want to be around the black girls that's real. Like, what's up? Excuse, sis, because they want to learn how to be like us. So when us black women go around talking about like, oh my God, I like your sister, feel like girl, they're laughing at you. I need y'all to know that. You're being laughed at. I'm laughing at you. Because if your mother don't talk like that and your daddy don't talk like that, where you get it from? Oh, okay, that part. So the white men, they're inferior of you kings. That's why I love what you did for Juneteenth, because you took away the negativity.
Right. That was placed at our footsteps.
You did. You did that. You stopped the rioting. You stopped the looting. You stopped all that, and you replaced it with joy and positiveness and coming together and family. And it was just as much Caucasian people down there.
And every other.
Child, I thought it was more of them than it was us.
Yeah, and every other. I mean, there was a representation in every demographic. You know, Chinese, Japanese,
everybody
Hawaiian. I mean, I saw people from Alaska.
It was if the world was coming to an end and everybody flew to Georgia, baby. That's what.
Hey, well, the thing.
Came on down.
Migrating south is in now. You know, a lot of people are coming back to the south. The coast is clear. You know, things are different, you know. So at one point in time, you know, the thing was to get away from the South. So, you know, all of those things you just said, and it's really just all about just people understanding that, you know, there's enough air for everyone to breathe. And a lot of those negativities and the stereotypes that were placed at our feet are not true.
That's right.
And so, you know, anyone who could come out to like a Juneteenth, like what we just had. One thing you noticed is you didn't see a lot of security, like police.
And you did not.
And we didn't need any.
Didn't need it.
We never had any incidents whatsoever. And it was just people just out having a good time. But it wasn't just people, it was a lot of people.
Yes, it was.
I mean, we're hearing numbers like in the 20, 30, 40, and 50,000.
Them streets were packed.
And no problems. No problems. You know, one of the things we can attribute to that is that, you know, we want to keep it family oriented.
Yes.
So we really don't have the alcohol, you know, out there, you know.
And that's why I think
hot sun and alcohol don't really mix.
You get fights and
all that sort of stuff. And then that's not really a good representation because you're under the influence. So what we displayed this past weekend is who we really are. Yes. Not under any influences and just out having a good time. And it was beautiful. And to your point about our nature as a people, after what we've been through, first of all, you know, being enslaved for anyone is just, I mean, there's nothing worse than that.
That's true.
Can you imagine that right now today? Someone makes you a slave and just takes you away from your family and everything that you love and your community and whatever it is that you...
I'll be in Kingston, because, you know, they said APAP media is Jamaican, but I'll be in Kingston because that's where they sent the rebellious slaves.
Right.
So you might as well go and ship me over there.
And see, of course, but I mean, who would want that? No one. If we took a survey and said, you know, raise your hand if you would like to be a slave, no hands would be raised.
That's right.
Or enslaved, because we never referred our ancestors as slaves. That's something that everyone needs to adopt, that we were never slaves, we were enslaved. You know, we were always people. We're always, you know, in the image of our creator. How you gonna call that a slave or anything like that? So to your point that we're a loving and a caring people, even after all of that, after all of those centuries of the worst atrocities ever inflicted on the people in history, we're not out for revenge.
We're just living.
We don't even want. No one that I know is like, I want revenge. You know, I want to do this. I want to get them. You know, none of that. All we want is equality.
That's it.
You know, all we want to do is be able to live our lives like anyone else. We're not a threat to anyone. So us driving down the street is, you know, not a threat to you. If you pull us over, just, you know, whatever you pulled us over for, and then we should be able to make it home.
That's true.
Like anyone else, you know, as opposed to, you know, having a funeral.
Our mothers and fathers should not have to worry when their children walk
Leave
outside
the house.
the door.
Yeah.
You know, just going to the corner store, or maybe sometimes just going to the store. It got to the point to where I love what you did for Juneteenth, and I see the nation of African Americans, you know, Caribbean Americans, all of us turning around. You know, we're doing more positive things. We're becoming more wealthier. We're, you know, becoming more educated. We're seeing the more importance of our life now. you know, so.
And there's so many distractions to keep us away from that. That's why it's so important to just remove those things away from us that were placed in front of us to distract us and keep us away from, you know, being prosperous and just thriving. And so that takes us to what Juneteenth is a springboard. A springboard is, you know, Juneteenth is a springboard for reparations.
Come on now,
I need my 40 acres. I need my 40 acres. You can keep the mule.
Right, because there ain't no use for them.
But I do need my 40 acres, and I mean, I'll take the mule, you know.
Right.
It was a part of the deal, you know.
You know, you might need to use them later on to pull something.
But that's something that has to happen, you know, just like Juneteenth became an acknowledgement, national holiday. Okay, well, the other side of that needs to balance out now. So we need to collectively, everyone needs to not fear or misunderstand or, you know, doubt reparations. Yeah. That's something that we all need to call on and call for and push for collectively together.
Collectively. Let me tell you something, Bob. So I'm at a friend's house yesterday, and she and her daughter were telling me, you know, New York. We were discussing about, you know, different states and cities loving people and all this thing. And she said, well, down here in Georgia, it's just a poverty state. And I said, well, why do you say that? She said, they don't do anything for people that is in poverty here. She said, but New York, you go to the, not that I'm trying to encourage people to run in New York and be on welfare. She said, but the people in New York, they care. And I'm going to tell you why, because it's just what you just said. They put these people in homes if you can't pay your bills. They put these people, you know, pay your bills if you can't do it. They give them all this stuff. But I don't want people to get stuck and lazy, right? I don't want that. I think it's beautiful. And her daughter, which was my sister Goldie, her daughter said, Auntie Yana, the reason why they do that is because people in New York, they stand up. They stand up together, collectively, like what you're saying. And they let the state know that you're not going to have our people land on the street because it's going to be this, and that.
And it looks horrible.
It looks horrible.
For the state and everything. It's just like a stain.
Yeah, you running around concerned about Kuwait, and all of this, Sudan and all of this stuff, but what about home?
Yeah.
We're here. We're right here.
So yeah, that's where it has to go, because I'm from the school of, I really don't need you to give me anything, but I need you to get out my way. You know, don't put your foot at the door, you know, and make it impossible for me to move. So it's not that we can't get things, it's that there's so many things that are set up. Systemic racism is real. You know, all of these things, there's all kind of roadblocks in the way for us.
It is.
You know, and so that's really the problem, and that's what we're striving to get past, you know, and so, and really, I mean, reparations are due.
It's due.
You know, long overdue.
Yeah.
Long overdue. So, I mean, and we're self-reparating anyway. You know, we have many people out here who are doing well, but it's not so much about that, because there's just that many more who are just really, you know, I mean, it's a wonder that any of us have any sanity after what we've been through as a people. So that just goes to show the strength
even when you
that
look
we
back
have
and realize what
people.
not even your forefathers, when we look back and see them, we know what they've been through, but even your own parents, you know what I'm saying? Because my mother, she's 70, so she was in Memphis, and she picked cotton before she had to go to school, and they didn't believe it. And I used to have to call people and tell people that, listen, I'm 48, we're not far removed.
No.
We're not far removed.
Not far removed.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I mean, they were still
it was in our
segregating
parents,
water fountains. Yeah.
in our parents' lifetimes.
Exactly.
You know, so yeah, I mean, we come a long way. We have a long way to go, but that's really why we do, you know, what we do with the Juneteenth, just to kind of bring a lot of that to the surface. And you know, they have this thing now. That's called critical race theory or whatever. You know, where we need to just forget. Forget stuff, you know.
You can't when you keep abusing it.
Yeah, just put that to the side. But I mean, it's a continuation on a day-to-day, you know, year-to-year, it continues. And so that's why, another reason why we do the Juneteenth, because we want our youth to know,
to understand.
you know, like when every one of us is born, don't we inherit everything that came before us? Isn't it passed through the blood and the cord? I mean, we don't even have to be told things. You know, we have dreams. You know, we get the deja vu.
Yeah.
You know, all this kind of stuff like this right here, because we've been here before. And we've been here before through the blood that flows through our veins. That's not new blood. I mean, that's a continuation. So when we talk about commemorating our ancestors, we're commemorating ourselves. We are our ancestors.
You're right.
We're the continuation.
Yeah, because the blood still continues.
Yeah, we're the continuation. So even when we start talking about, you know, things like commemorating ancestors, and we talk about reparation for who? For those who went through that. That's us. That's still us.
You're a continuation.
We're a continuation.
You're a byproduct of it. However they want to twist it, turn it, swing it.
There's never been a time that we weren't here.
That's right.
Yeah.
We've been here.
And there'll never be a time that we aren't here, that we don't exist. So, and we got to stand on that and understand that we are, you know, we are who we celebrate.
That's right. So what's on what's on your agenda next?
2023, Juneteenth.
Okay, so
It's right around the corner. It doesn't take long. A year is not a long time.
Child, once January is gone and February ends.
The clock don't wait for nobody. We ran out of time so quick this year. I was constantly telling my team, hey, we got to get moving, because they're like, man, it's January. Like, shoot, it'll be here before you know it.
Now, you know, I always take questions from my audience. And since we have an audience here, and I have Miss Kimberly, I'm going to ask Miss Kimberly. Miss Kimberly, what is something that you want us to know and to make sure that we go over for Mr. Bob? Because Juneteenth is special. We can hear you.
Okay. So, good evening, family. One thing I'd like you to talk about is that Bob's Festival has a special designation as being the official Juneteenth event in the city of Atlanta. You didn't get that because it's a nice smile.
You hear me now? And I'm going to do this, Kim. She said, Yana-Lu smiling too much. Okay. I can't help it, girl. I'm a happy boy. He earned it. He does. Because when I see him, Bob make me light up. So let's hear it.
So the way Juneteenth Atlanta started was, you know, after realizing, and it wasn't an idea I had. It was something that, you know, we get into that whole story another time, but it was some dates that were given to me.
But you pushed it and made it go.
Yeah. I mean, it was some dates that were given to me, and one of the dates were Juneteenth, and then I remembered, you know, going to Juneteenth as a child, and I noticed that I hadn't been to a Juneteenth. I had forgot all about it. It didn't even exist. I didn't know anyone who was talking about it. I never went. I go to a lot of events. I wasn't going to any Juneteenths. And then, so I started researching it, and I found out that there were a few, you know, Juneteenths. They were kind of small. Some of them had been around for a while, but they weren't real known. They weren't being real heavily, strongly advertised. I mean, they were just existing. And I noticed that Atlanta had none. And so at that time I was doing natural hair shows. And so I more
with Del C in them.
With who?
Del C.
Who is it? Yeah, okay.
For the Browners.
Oh yeah. Oh, Dale Bronner. Yeah, I think more of Bernard and and you know, when I think of the shows, and Nathaniel and Daryl, you know, who was my mentor, who is the one that even had me go in the direction of doing a natural hair show. So
brought him on.
We did. Well, you know, Daryl passed like
away.
years ago, but that's another thing that I would like to have an interview with us and Brown Brothers, because that's another big part of my history too. His brother
was my pastor right there in Austin.
Dale. And really that's what led to Juneteenth, and that's how Juneteenth, you know, how I got into the Juneteenth. But yeah, you know, at first when I started doing it, no one knew what it was. It was just like probably 96% of the people who I spoke to about it, I had to explain it, like what it was and all of that.
You know what was so beautiful though? Them children that was there when me and Patrick was going around.
And I was gonna say, especially the youth, probably 100%.
Yeah.
It's just like I was speaking in a Martian. Not even Swahili, like some out of this planet, like June what? You know, what you talking about?
But I tell you what, some of the ones that were down at your event, they were educated.
Oh, they are, yeah. It's like
the ones that was in. I tell you the ones that it was the ones that was participating in the thing that I wanted to do.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the
they were
majorettes.
educated, y'all.
Oh yeah, they all know. I
Ooh.
mean, they're experts now.
Yeah, I
So
asked them about Juneteenth, and they were just going on and telling us we were proud of Bob, and that it, I mean, we'll get you the footage because it was amazing.
and that's just over the last 10 years. All of this, the popularity of Juneteenth really started breaking ground probably in the last 5 years.
Okay.
But to Kim's point, we became recognized as the official Juneteenth for the city of Atlanta by Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms when
love
she was
Keisha.
our mayor. And as a matter of fact, she campaigned in the Juneteenth parade when she was running for mayor. She had the
And big
big
ups
bus.
to her. She did a lot of great things.
So we have a lot of, photos of that and a lot of pictures of that. And so when Andre came in to be our new mayor this year, he adopted and continued with that.
And
And
Keisha
so-
did a great job. You know, when she came out, Bob, I was loving the way she was interacting because she would actually stand up for the people and say the things that people really didn't want to
Right.
say.
And through some rough times
And
too.
through some rough
Because
times.
she came into office
She
when
came
all of
in
that
with
stuff
that
was
COVID.
going on from the Kasim,
Yes.
his time as mayor, and then the COVID, and then all of the stuff with the Republicans and the Democrats, all that,
yeah.
all
And
that
then the
right there,
attacks and
and all that
stuff
kind
like
of stuff. So it was just a really tough time, but she stood up.
So Keisha,
And-
we love you.
Yeah, especially for, because as Kim was saying, we work really hard in the neighborhoods to build Juneteenth. We build it house by house, block by block, family by family. We spend a lot of time, like Jabril sitting back here is a witness of
love
me,
him.
with our, we made the little business cards, and man, I mean, go to the supermarkets and hang out all
Yeah.
day, just talking to people, having like groups of 10, 15 people in Kroger's over by the bananas,
Y'all do that again, Jabril.
Educating them.
If y'all don't get me and Patrick to film that, that's history.
educating
Tell
them
them, King.
about what Juneteenth was and how we were doing this Juneteenth, and they need to
Amen.
tell all of their friends, and you can do your family reunion. He can tell you stories about being at traffic lights and me jumping out the car while the light was taking too long, and just giving people, and then other people like what's that? Well, give them one. I mean, the promotions, and this is for anybody that's doing anything. There ain't no such a thing as limited promotions. I mean, the way we promoted the Juneteenth was nonstop, 24/7, 365, to everyone, everywhere, all the time. I go in restaurants to eat, and I position myself by the door.
That
So
part.
everyone going out. And then I got tired of that, so I just started going around to everyone's table.
You know, you made me do the same
I get
thing.
kicked out of
I had
places
65
sometimes.
cars in my head, and everywhere I was like, hey, guys. I felt proud to do it, though. I was like, I got a Juneteenth. They was like, you on board? I said, well, we'll talk about that later, but take this. Come on out.
I don't believe in leaving
Right.
flyers and stuff on countertops.
No.
Because that takes the life out of them. You have to give it to a person in their hand and ask them their name and how you doing and what do you do.
And still be holding that car while you talking to them.
Yeah, exactly. And that's that interaction. It's
right.
like it really
From the heart.
leaves a better impression. Plus, somebody will come along and see your stuff on the flyer, and they might be
Yeah.
your competitor and throw their stuff in the garbage, grab all of them.
It all encompasses it, the whole thing. It happens, but
Yeah.
But
So-
for everyone they throw away, God sends you 10 people to come your way.
Yeah,
That part.
you put those things in people's hands, and you put the work in. It's easy to go take a stack of flyers this big and put them on a countertop and walk off.
And the kid gonna come by and take a rock and
Or come back a week later and they're still sitting there because it's just a
sitting
big pile. But the feeling that you get from actually giving something to someone and explaining it to them, and them actually, some people are really busy and
Yeah.
they might just walk off or whatever, but some people really accept, what it is and really listen.
because that you're giving them a gift.
Yeah, and it kind of, helps your inspiration and everything. But yeah, we've done all of that over the past 10 years.
Someone was saying, well, we got St. Patrick's, we got
4th of July, Cinco de Mayo,
all of those.
all of
but
these things
what
that
about
everyone
Juneteenth?
knows all about, but we had to really educate our community even
Yeah.
on Juneteenth. And I think we did a good job of it because we went from a time when you couldn't, like I say, a low percentage, maybe 5% of people who you actually spoke to would have, some conversation
knowledge
about that.
about it.
And now, I say that's probably maybe like, I mean, the percentages, I mean, it's a national holiday,
bananas.
a city holiday, a state holiday in most places. And it's just wide known now,
So what are some things that you want to add on? Do you see some things that you've done thus far? And have you seen something that you want to add
Our
to
Juneteenth
incorporate?
is unique.
Mm-hmm.
We do things
Yeah.
that are, I mean, one of the things we did, and I want to take credit for, is that we always ran Juneteenth with Father's Day. So if you look at our website, it says celebrating largest Father's Day weekend celebration, celebrating fathers throughout all history. Because there was a time you couldn't be a father.
That's right.
So we want to remember that, and we want to libate that. And then we also want to celebrate fathers remembered, for those of us who have fathers who have passed. And then we want to definitely encourage our up and coming fathers that you are, a role model, and that you are your brother's keeper, and that all of these children out here
walk in their kingdom
are the children of the community, and we have a responsibility to all of them. So we've always ran Father's Day with Juneteenth. That's a major part of our celebration, and always has been from the very beginning. I see a lot of people kind of, jumping on that now, you know what I'm saying? But we also have offer family reunions. Did you know that you can do your family reunion at Juneteenth?
No, talk
So
about
all of the things that we do at the event with the entertainment stages, even the parade, and then not having to cook,
my family, y'all need to listen.
not having to cook, not having to clean,
Right.
because that's a big part.
That's big.
Somebody in the family during the family reunion got to do all of that right there. So, all you have to do to have your family reunion with Juneteenth is just to sign up, and then just have your family show up. You get your own tent, your family Juneteenth tent. And then you got all your.
Oh, you get a tent too from
Yeah,
Juneteenth?
yeah, you get a big 20 by 20 or 20 by 30. You have choices.
Nana, auntie,
So,
y'all get this going.
Yeah, so that your family can be accommodated and have everything that they need. Now check this out though. How about you got all the entertainment? So you got a family reunion with entertainment,
That's
all
what I'm
kind of
talking about.
entertainment. You have a family reunion with everything for the children. They can run around and just
You hit me.
pass out at 5 o'clock, and you don't even got to worry about them no more.
Food there.
Food, all the
water
food that
there,
you
the
can
water
eat,
park there,
everything.
the games there, the stages there.
And then how about having your eldest family member being celebrated on your family parade float?
Wow.
You're honoring your eldest family member by putting them on the parade float
Now, that's
with the
nice.
rest of the family walking on the side of the float, and all of the elder members of the family sitting on the float with your eldest member elevated.
Oh,
I
wow.
mean, can you imagine those family reunion pictures that you could get from having your
years
family
to come
reunion
to
at a
see that.
Juneteenth festival like what you all witnessed?
So,
Isn't that phenomenal?
Bob, thank you for Nana, I need you to get on board. My sisters Tracy, y'all get on board. Patronize Juneteenth. Go ahead and get this slots because he's telling it, but I know them spaces go quick.
And you
right?
have a lot of viewers who, family reunions are important. So just know that you can have your family reunion. We can have several family reunions
That is beautiful.
going on at the same time where your family can get some stage time and be introduced, and then keep it on Father's Day weekend. So now we're also honoring all the fathers in your family on Father's Day weekend. And what better place to celebrate fathers than in a big community event where all the dads are right there
Celebrate
together
you.
with the family and all of that. So that's a great thing. And
It's
then
beautifully unique.
and then we have, some other areas too, but we feel like, the Juneteenth that we do is definitely unique.
Okay.
And it kind of, we really trying to go deep into things that bring about that unification, of the
Is there
family.
anything that you guys want to see next year come out? Or you just play it by ear every year, whoever wants to participate?
Yes, I mean, there are a lot of things that we want to do. We just want to expand on a lot of the things that we're already doing and just make them bigger and better. We want to really, have more things available for the youth.
Nice.
Like this year, they had their own stage. You know, they had their own area. Did you see the big, huge bouncy houses?
Yeah, we were over there by the bouncy
Now,
houses.
those were bouncy houses that we can get in.
I wanted to play.
Yeah. Yeah, those, you know, things like that. And we want to
Because they
bring
were
in.
huge. They were, they was on the left side
Oh, yeah,
of the main stage.
they
on
were
this side.
adult
They were.
bouncy houses.
Okay, I was wondering why they
Yeah.
were so big. I said, honey, that's gonna be
So that you could be in the bouncy houses with your youth, especially the younger ones, you know.
I don't
Anytime
know
you
why
put your,
APAP didn't let me walk them on in that little bouncy house.
yeah, you're supposed to be in there. You're supposed to get some of that. You know.
Patrick didn't want to play that day.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that we want to add to the event, though. But I think right now we have a pretty good.
Y'all do.
You know, we have a lot of activities. Like we had the chess over there. I know you saw the double Dutch jump
Yes,
ropers and
yes.
you know, the African drum and dance and you know, just all of the things that make up who we are.
The music group that was on roller skates. The
Oh
black
yeah, and then
red.
we had the
The
skaters and
skaters, they were interesting to me. So.
just everything. You know, we had the martial arts out there and
Yeah.
and you know, the yoga and just pretty much everything. We had a healers area where you could go and you know, we had readers
Chakra and all
and
that.
people who
we
do.
seen them. I think we did an interview right in front of them. We was right with them. The healers.
Yeah.
We were with them. Then we went to the cooks, and I think Patrick and I tapped into a lot of people. We got to get you some good footage.
So yeah, we trying to you know, make it like that where you know it really puts an emphasis on our, you know, our culture. You know, things that make up who we are. But you know, now in this age of technology where our youth are stuck on phones in a corner on a phone, you know. So we want to have the type of things out there that make you active on the grass and make you active within the within nature, you know, and just like
putting family back, it sounds like, Bob, because
definitely,
like you said, these children today, and some of the dads, you know,
and the
mamas
adults
are,
too.
I often say the mamas too. We shopaholics. I know this one is, but but they're constantly on these electronics and all these things, and they're so unreachable. You could be in a house and they got TVs in every room. But where is everybody meeting daddy in the living room with mama? And
The good stuff.
The good mama getting pinched on the rear end while she walking in the kitchen and babe, and the kids seeing real good love. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what it's about. I love what you brought to the family, and now you're bringing family back because we've seen mothers, grandmothers, babies, families together with grandparents, like you were saying. You know, could have been one of those family reunion. But I loved it because it puts life back into family. Through all the tragedies we've been going through thus far here in the recent times, it has shown so much refreshing air coming through Juneteenth because Juneteenth has been on every street, every scene, every place I turn around, a city got Juneteenth. And I'm like, look at us.
It's getting popular. It's widespread now.
And I found myself, whether it was Father's Day gone or not, Happy Father's Day and Happy and Happy Juneteenth Day. And when I call, people telling me, "Oh, Happy Juneteenth," and I'm like, "Yes, this is yeah." Yo, do I got a muscle? Yeah.
And so that's the sentiment. So we just want to keep building on that, and it has been very difficult because we are a nonprofit 501(c)(3) and we don't have a big corporation that all these people work in. It's just a few of us that are doing this, you know. And like even my publicist that you introduced, Kim, she came and embraced me out of love for what it is that we're doing. And she's magnificent. And like Jabril in the back, you know, and people that work with us, you know, Brother Brad, you know, Candy Tate of Asala and all these different organizations and people that we have worked with over the years. Not one of us, including myself, has ever got a check, you know, for any amount of money.
Look at God.
We don't do it for money, you know. We basically do it because we're at a place where we as a people have to come back together. You know, we have to understand that our strength is in unity. You know, unity is, I mean, that small little word is what we've had so much problems with. We can march all we want. It's not going to make a difference until we come together collectively, realizing who we are and that we all stand together for one another. That's when we get somewhere. That's when whatever it is that we say we want, we'll have it. Where, you know, even when you think about all of these big corporations that have things that they want us to purchase.
Yeah.
If we say we're not purchasing it because you did this, this, and
not
that,
going.
or you're not doing this, this, and that, they're going to do that because that's what they depend on.
And that's what they did in New York. That's, you know, I get long-winded. But every time we talk, you always bring me back to the point. Oh, you so cute, yo. You so cute. I tell you, you so cute. So, but it can't be brought me back because that's what New York does. New York takes care of their people and get them off the street because they came together in the unity.
That's what has
And they
to happen.
made a stand as a state, not a city, as a state. You're
Right.
going to take care of us because otherwise we're going to be laying on the ground, kids are going to be dying, people are going to be, and they made the relevant point understood by sticking to the point. And not getting sidetracked, not getting emotional, dealing with feelings. See, me, I deal with a lot of facts. I'm like you, Bob. And a lot of people don't know how to handle me because I'm not built from a female structure, even though my physique is female, but the mental is male. I like to play on the playground when they playing golf and, you know, going to the lounges and we back being guys. But we deal with the facts. The facts.
Yeah.
And the facts is you came together and you guys did a great thing. And the love of it all is that you guys are not doing it for anything but for great results to come together and bring unity. And that's amazing.
And that brings us to, we also have, one of the stages that we had at the event is, we call it the cultural amphitheater. So that's where we had panel discussions and speakers. And that's something that we really want to build on. So one of the things that we really want to add to the event is getting the word out about the event and what it is that will be there so people can take advantage. So we had some great speakers that traveled from around the country that came out with all kind of financial literacy information and just, you know, like a couple guys there were like billionaires that were trying to tell us this is how you get your finances together and so on and so forth. So we really want to expand on that. For people who know Atlanta and who also know Centennial Olympic Park, that part of our event was where they did the Wind Down Wednesday when they used to do Wind Down Wednesday at Centennial Olympic Park.
I used to be there.
So we
with my
turned that
blanket.
whole entire area into just information where you can come and hear people speak, resources, you know, things, you know, about real estate, you know, just whatever, just all kind of
Informative, very
different
informative,
topics.
educational.
And so, yeah, I really want your viewers to know that those are the type of things that are also available when you come out to the Juneteenth. So I know that we're going to go to work and we're really going to, you know, look at what we did good
That's right.
and look at how we can do things even better and bring more things, put more things on the table that we can offer to the community and just really concentrate on getting the word out. Like we're planning on traveling all throughout the state because this is not an Atlanta event.
This is a worldwide.
It's for, you know, there are no limits, but it's definitely something for the Southeast.
Yeah.
And so, you know, we're looking to build this parade. If you're familiar with Macy's Day Parade, that's a large parade for those
every
who are
year.
familiar with.
Yeah.
Imagine that all about Black history.
Wow, that's beautiful.
That's what we're doing here. And, you know, we need your support in order to do that. We have a really good start on it. It's going really well.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, people are very excited and every year it gets bigger.
Yeah.
But, you know, what we see in the future is it being one of the largest parades because there's no history larger than our history.
That's right.
You know, we have a lot of inspiring history that we can display that can really build our youth's esteem.
Yeah.
You know, and make the elders so
And that's the
proud
most
to see
important.
that.
Yeah, building the
Yeah.
youth because they're going to
Building
be
the
the ones
youth.
that's over our head.
They're the ones that will be taking care of us, you know, when we get to our rocking chairs.
Well,
You know, so
guys,
we got to fill them up with it.
we do.
Yeah.
Bob, I love you down here. For me, guys, it has been amazing having this gentleman down here. You guys got to stay tuned with us because we're going to have him back. And we're going to talk about some more things. I really want to partner with Bob because he's putting on parades and different things. And I know APAP Media with Yana-Lu, we're, you know, engaging in different parades and confidence conferences and things of that nature. And I would love to work with Bob with that. So can't wait. Amen.
We're family.
Amen. Amen. It's amazing. And guys, I just want to thank you. So listen, make sure you stay tuned to us next week. I'm going to have Bob and myself come together and collaborate on some things and see what we bring about for next week. Who's going to be on set? I'm going to keep him in tune with you and Chat with Yana-Lu because I like his company. And when you like someone's company and who they walk with and who they tread with, bringing positiveness and inspiring them, you keep them with you.
And we definitely love you and your audience.
I love it.
You know, and we'd like to see all of them come out to the Juneteenth and actually have a show
Amen.
for you,
Amen.
you know, right there, you know, during the festivities.
Let's do it.
Wouldn't that be great?
That would be awesome.
Let's do it.
I
So
accept.
bump, bump.
Boom, blow it up. So guys, it has been fun, been live down here with Yana-Lu.